Welcome back. Now it is time to take things to the other side of the Route 13 rivalry. And since we had SU's Coach Wood here, it's only right to bring on Wesley football head coach Mike Drass. Now, it's an absolute honor to have you here today. Seriously, thank you so much for making the drive all the way down here to Salisbury. We really appreciate it. All right, just to name a few things, 23 seasons as a head coach, 3 undefeated regular seasons, 25 NCAA playoff wins, and 10 straight years of NCAA playoffs. Yeah, 10 straight. That's a decade. That's absolutely incredible. Tell us the recipe to that type of success, because we're all kind of striving for that.
You make it look easy, Coach.
We talk about it all the time. Location, location, location. There's great football in Delaware, great football in the Baltimore, D.C. corridor, southern New Jersey, southeastern PA, and northern Virginia. And we just try and find every student athlete that wants to play college football that's not getting a scholarship. We want them at Wesley College.
Coach, awesome. First person I want to talk about is Joe Callahan. I can't even tell you the amount of touchdowns he had last year.
46.
46. We might have all 46 here on this video. I had to speed this video up. Look at this video. This is how many touchdowns Joe Callahan had last year. This video had to be sped up just because he had so many touchdowns. What is it like having a guy like Joe Callahan on your side?
Especially during his senior year. You have great quarterbacks, and they get better each year when they're behind the quarterback. And Joe's been there for 3 years now. And each year that he's a starter, he gets more of a command of the offense and understands defenses and what's going on our side of the ball, but what's going on the defense side of the ball. And when they get to know what's going to happen before the ball snapped, that's when it gets special for them.
Right. Now, Joe is awesome. Don't get me wrong. But your guys' defense, obviously, I got to watch some videos of it. You guys have a very hard-hitting defense. Some of those hits, I was kind of cringing, like, I'm glad I'm not that player getting hit. But talk about that. You just said that you guys had a scrimmage last night. So how is the defense looking this year?
We feel really confident in the defense. We had a good scrimmage last night against Albright, and I think some guys on defense made some big plays and good hits. But we got to replace Sustin Capapula, Amir Petros, and there's 2 All-Americans, and Peyton Rose, 3 All-Americans that we have to replace. Right. And I'm excited about the guys that we have, because they've really stepped up. When you look at Brenton Barnes, on the defensive line and the talent that he brings to that group, the 2 defensive ends last year. Rod Kane came in and just did an unbelievable job for us. He's undersized, but he runs a 4.6 40. You really get off there.
That's good.
We lost Isaiah Ingram to a knee injury early in the year, and now he's back. And last night was a kind of a dominant player on the field, so we're real excited about having some of those guys back.
All right, Coach. I'm a Salisbury grad. No hate to you right now.
Salisbury.
All right,
I hope they win all but one game this year.
That's right. I was just talking to you earlier about me and my mom used to go up there so many times and watch those classic matchups. But it's been almost 10 years now since Salisbury's beat you. What can you say about that program? And do you still consider them your biggest rival? We were just on your website, and people still want to see the Salisbury matchup.
Well, I think it is a big rivalry. I mean, you have 2 teams that are less than an hour apart. We recruit, in the same geographic areas. Now Salisbury has Frostburg. That's a huge thing, that Regents game for them. So I don't think that anyone's drawing a line around the Wesley game for them, but it is a big rivalry for those 2 teams, especially that week. And I think as we go into the New Jersey Athletic Conference together, it's going to become a bigger rival.
Right. Now, last question. It might be a little bit tougher, but the NCAA semifinals, you guys have gone back-to-back. Talk about rivalry. I mean, there's been some close games in those matchups there, but what?
Not last year.
Not last year, excuse me. Yeah. But what do you think it will take to bring that national title back to Dover and celebrate at Wesley? Well,
the one thing we were really happy about last night in our scrimmage is that the offensive line play we really felt was as good as we've had. We hired Jeff Braxton, who had coached a young man for the Cardinals for the Del State last year, and when that coaching staff changed over, Coach Knapp and myself were able to hire Jeff Braxton, who coached with us back in 1993, back to Wesley College, and he's really had an impact on our offensive line, and we really feel good about that. And leaving the field last night, we felt like, hey, boy, we're really playing some good football here.
Right.
That's awesome. All right, well, Coach, honestly, thank you so much for coming down. We really appreciate it from Trey and I, honestly.
Thank you.
We appreciate it so much. Well, it is time for another commercial break. Coming up next, we're taking it to the pros. The Eagles are 2-0 so far. Can they make it 3-0 tonight against the Packers? We'll have an Eagles expert let us know his predictions. Keep it right here.
I'm Coach Brendan Riley, head football coach of the Parkside Rams, and you're watching the Delmarva Sports Insider on WMDT.